Hello friends, welcome back to my videos on Vedic mathematics, and today's our topic is to find the square root of a perfect square number. Now before starting with the actual method, let us go through some basic concepts which are going to help us in the calculations. So for that, what we'll do is first we'll make a table that shows what are the possible digits on a perfect square number. So what I'll do is I will square the numbers or rather square the digits starting from 0 to 9. So first is 0, and as you know 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, and 9 square is 81. Now, why have we made this table? Because this tells us that suppose a number ends with 0, units place is 0, its square will end with 0. Similarly, if a number ends with 1, its square will end with 1. A number ending with 2 square will end with 4. A number ending with 3, the square will end with 9. A number ending with 4, the square will end with 6. A number ending with 5, the square will end with 5. A number ending with 6, the square will end with 6. Number ending with 7, the square will end with 9. Number ending with 8, the square will end with 4. And a number ending with 9, the square will end with 1. Now, since we know that square root and square are the opposite operations, inverse operations in mathematics, so that means we can make a table in which the perfect square number ends with and its square root ends with square root ends with. That means the units place of the perfect square number and units place of the square root. So a perfect square number, if ends with 5, its square root will end with 5. A perfect square number ends with 6, its square root will have units place 4 or 6. A perfect square number ends with 9, its square root will have units place 3 or 7. A perfect square number ends with 4, its square root will have digit 2 or 8 on the units place, and a perfect square number ends with 1, the square root will have 1 or 9 on the units place. This table also tells us that a number that ends with digits like 2, 3, 7, 8 are not perfect squares. So, keeping this in mind, let us go for some of the problems here. So in my first problem, I'll show you how to find out the square root of 9,801. Let us consider this number, square root of 9,801. Now first pay attention on the units place of this number. The units place is 1. Now since the units place of this number is 1, what are the possible units places of the square root? So possible units place, or rather units places of the square root. So according to the table we have made just now, the possible units places will be either 1 or 9. We have to select the proper one. So what will be our procedure? Take this number square root of 9,801, and what you do is cancel the last 2 digits. So I'm getting here 98. Now think of a perfect square number that is just less than 98. And as you know, the square of 9 square 81, it's just less than 98. Okay, so that means if I take the square root of 9,801, it will start with 9 and I had to select the proper units place. Now how to select the proper units place? For that, what you do is take this 9 and multiply it by the next integer. 9 into 10 is 90. Now 90 is less than 98. And since here I'm getting less than sign, just opposite. When this is less than sign, I will select the greater of the 2 digits. That means the units place should be 9. And hence the square root of 9,801 should be 99. Let us come to the next problem here. Now, let us find the square root of 10,404. So again, see the units place here 4. So possible units places in the square root will be which one? It will be either 2 or 8. So now again, let us follow the same steps. Square root of 10404, 10,000 and 10,404. So first I'll cancel the last 2 digits. So I'll get 104. Okay. Now which is the nearest perfect square of 104, that is just less than 104, that is 10 square. So that means the square root of 10,404 will begin with 10, and I have to select the proper units place. For that, what should be done? Take 10, multiply by the next integer. 10 into 11, that is 110, and 110 is greater than 104. Now, since I got greater than sign here, I'll select the smaller of the two digits on the units place, that is 2. And hence, the square root of 10,404 is 102. Let us come to one more problem here. Let us consider the next problem. So, square root of 13,924. So, in the square root, now since here the units place is 4, in the square root, the possible units places will be either 2 or 8. We have to select the proper one. So what is the first step? I'm going to cancel last two digits. So I'll get here 139. Now think of a perfect square that is just less than 139, and that is 11 square. So surely the square root of 13,924 will start with 11, and have to select the proper units place. So take 11, multiply it by the next integer 12. Now 11 into 12 is 132, and 132 is less than 139. Now since the sign less than has come, I'll select the greater of the two digits. So I'll select 8 here, and hence the square root of 13,924 is 118. So what I'll do is I'll give you some problems for practice. You'll verify these square roots. So the first one is square root of 6,561. You have to check that it is equal to 81 using this particular method. Square root of 14,641. Check that it is 121, and square root of 15,129 is 123. So you can see how easy this method is. In your usual method, you do the factorization, Prime factorization, do the groups of prime factors of 2's, and for each group you write one prime factor and take the product. But that is a bit lengthy method. This is a bit short and sweet method. Try these problems. I'll shortly come with some more videos on tactics in Vedic mathematics to make your calculation easier and interesting. So see you soon. Enjoy the day. Bye, friends.